these events are highly successful if you have a team in place to make them successful. Really, really challenging to create experiences for a lot of people if you don't have help. So the hosts that were most successful in running these events were ones that not only had people together, but buy-in from a team that was willing to rock and roll and get to work and make the magic happen. So I saw that successful with teams more personally and intimately. I saw it successful with cross-line teams, cross-team. I mean, Hawaii, for example, Nevada is another example of areas that came together, multiple leaders from different teams to make Reclaim Your Health events happen, and it led to some great outcomes.
Yeah.
I know another event where they did it more with their personal team and their downline and their qualifiers, and that was great.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure you have the help you need to pull it off.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot to think through and a lot to be mindful of.
Jake and I have a great time at doTERRA events. They're so cool, and the events are all about experiences with products. Jake shares the success he's seen at Reclaim Your Health events and the power these events can create in your business. If you're interested in Reclaim Your Health events, visit tour.doterra.com. Let's go.
All right, family, we are back again with Jake Reis, who's our Business Development Director over the Pacific region.
Yeah.
Right? And Jake, how long have you been with doTERRA now?
Oh, wow. It's been coming up on 5 years in May.
Dang.
So
Wow.
it's been an awesome journey, and so excited to be here and to be supporting in any way I can.
Yeah, you always do, and that's one thing I appreciate about this guy is he's always looking for the best solution possible, no matter what it is. There could be, some sort of decision and some sides feeling some type of way, but you can count on Jake on finding the best solution for both parties. So
Thanks,
really
Zach.
appreciate you being here, and all
Thanks.
5 years, I can definitely say we are better because of you.
Thank you.
So
I feel the same about being here, and I feel like I'm far better in my abilities to serve and be a part of this great team because of doTERRA. So it's been a win-win on both sides.
let's go. Come on, let's go. Okay, so Jake, as a business development director, you have the opportunity to really get out in the field and support in so many different ways, especially when it comes to events. And last year, or maybe it was the year before, when did we start the
Last
Reclaim
year.
Your... Okay,
Yeah, it was last year, last spring and fall.
Okay. And those, I feel, just took off, caught fire.
Huge success with those events.
Okay. What is, for those who are watching for the first time, what
Yeah.
is a Reclaim Your Health event?
Well, I would say first off, a Reclaim Your Health event is an outcome of leader feedback. As we've had a chance to learn and grow over the past years, as we've done what many know as spring tour and fall tour, sometimes we focused a lot on product education from main stage, but leaders would say, that was amazing, but I wish we had more in-person interactive experiences. And then other years we would flip and we focused on a lot of immersive interactive experiences, and they'd say, that was amazing, but we're missing the education from stage. So this past year, I think, was a good coming together of having a leader-led corporate supported event that provides product education in a very interactive format. So when you think of our wellness lifestyle, and the crux of our efforts in business is really built on this pyramid of wellness, with the base being nutrition and digestion and so on. The Reclaim Your Health events really gave way to amplify our wellness lifestyle and help people experience products within lifestyle that really empower them to reclaim their health. So that's, in a nutshell, I think, what Reclaim Your Health events are. It's a partnered event between corporate and leaders. It's very focused on providing attendees with immersive experiences to learn the product and to understand how to integrate it into their wellness lifestyle.
I love that. And the word that really stuck out to me is the experience.
Yeah.
You have to have an experience with the product.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this, and sorry, I'm going a little off.
No, you're good.
But it's really interesting when you think about, all the science and the medical professionals and just all the research that backs up our products, essential oils specifically, but all the products that we have in general. at the end of the day, and people may hate me for this, but at the end of the day, that kind of doesn't matter unless you have an experience.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. And I think that was on my mind this morning too. I think one of the two greatest components of the doTERRA business is the product and the people. And when you bring these two things into the same room and you have experiences with putting product on people, in people, around people, that's the formula for success. So you can't get away without having an experience.
Amen. So that's what Reclaim Your Health does. And we are excited because we're going to continue with our Reclaim Your Health events in the future, or now, I guess, and moving on. But can you just talk a little bit about the impact that these events have with leaders who have hosted, who have attended in the past? Just talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah. I think if I could summarize the impact in one word, it would be engagement. And I think that word applies to both the leader side for impacting the leaders in a positive way, but also the attendee side. So when you think about what the world has gone through over the past few years and the burdens that have been put on so many people, we know that inflation is up. We know burnout and stress are at all-time highs throughout the nation. And all of these things have led to people yearning and wanting more community, more connection, better health, better security, and the list goes on, right? So impact, Reclaim Your Health events provide a space and place for people to come together, leaders and attendees, and really, like we already talked about, have a chance to immerse in meaningful interactions with product and people. So I think the engagement factor is something that we cannot take for granted. Engagement, in my mind, is a huge catalyst to building momentum, to building belief, and to leading to growth overall. And over this past year, I have seen more people coming back and re-engaging in their businesses than I ever have.
Love that. And it's something that you can't really measure when you talk about engagement. You talk about momentum.
Right. And rebuilding the belief,
like we talked about. That's super impactful. So, yeah, I'm excited for it's no shock that we're going to continue to push Reclaim Your Health events. Right now.
Well, and I think for me, what I'm excited about is we're keeping the same basic outline and structure that we had in 2023 and carrying it over to 2024 with a few adjustments. And the reason why I appreciate that is because it allows leaders and attendees to sink in to process and a system that they already have experience with, they already had good experiences with. So it's not throwing a whole new way of doing events. We're doing Reclaim Your Health, same structure, but with different products, different experiences, and different things provided.
Love
so
it.
a lot to look forward to.
Okay, so I know we kind of talked about just the power and the impact of these events, but how do I, if I'm a leader, right? This is it's a leader-led event, corporate supported.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about what makes a great event? What makes a Reclaim Your Health event great?
Sure, it's a good question. And I'll do my best to share from my perspective and from my vantage point. First off, I think it's important to note that there were upwards of 1,700 to 1,800 Reclaim Your Health events done in 2023. That's a lot of events.
1,700 up to 1,800?
I think between 1,700 to 1,800 events total.
And that's all the U.S.?
That's all the U.S.
Canada? Okay.
Yeah, that's happening in the U.S. And I think that's been a good way for us to get feedback on what success looks like. We've seen a lot. We've been to a lot of events. So I'm going to share just my 2 cents and the thoughts that I think have resulted in some events being maybe more successful than others.
Yeah.
First and foremost, back to that word success, the leaders that get crystal clear on defining what success looks like for them in their event.
See the end from the beginning.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Are able to actually accomplish far more than those that have a murky view on what success looks like or don't even take the time to discuss that. So I would say number one is get clear on what success looks like for you. I think with that conversation, secondly, I would say get clear on who your target audience is for the event. Are you focused primarily on re-engaging customers? Are you focused on acquiring new customers? What type of customers are you focused on? Are you trying to help loyal customers become more loyal? Are you trying to help inactive customers become active? I think the more clear we can be at defining our target audience, the more we can make sure we're marketing and promoting to the right people, right?
And customizing it to them.
And customizing it to them. And that goes to my third point is we gotta promote these events if you're hoping to get the attendance numbers. Especially coming out of the past 3 years, people are still trying to figure out what they want to invest time and energies and resources into. And they're also trying to figure out if they want to come out in person. So we have to make sure we're staying on the marketing and the promotion, to whether that's through emails, through text, through word of mouth, through your education calls or what have you. You need to promote and have a plan in place. I would say if you can control it at least 30 to 60 days out, to have a marketing and promotion plan in place where you are constantly inviting people to come and join and participate. I'd say in addition to that, these events are highly successful if you have a team in place to make them successful. Really, really challenging to create experiences for a lot of people if you don't have help. So the hosts that were most successful in running these events were ones that not only had people together, but buy-in from a team that was willing to rock and roll and get to work and make the magic happen. So I saw that successful with teams. More personally and intimately, I saw it successful with cross-line teams, cross-team. I mean, Hawaii, for example, Nevada is another example of areas that came together, multiple leaders from different teams to make Reclaim Your Health events happen, and it led to some great outcomes. I know another event where they did it more with their personal team and their downline and their qualifiers, and that was great. You just need to make sure you have the help you need to pull it off.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to think through and a lot to be mindful of. I would say, in addition to those, maybe one more thing to really consider is what's taking place post-event. I think a lot of times we might approach events as the end goal, when in actuality, in my opinion, events are a means and a springboard to helping the attendees get connected and entered into greater support afterward. If you're not thinking through what's taking place after the event and finding ways to get them into your pipeline or to your funnels or into a process that helps to continue to support and nourish them, then in my opinion, the event will hit peak. It was amazing, rah, 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 we had a great event, and then nothing really comes from it business outcome-wise because we're not leveraging that to help people get plugged into, for example, maybe a weekly text education series where they just learned about Deep Blue in your event, and now you're going to give them an opt-in for a text campaign, or maybe you're plugging them into a continuing education class you hold weekly, or you're connecting them to an email blast or blitz that helps them continue to grow and be connected. Maybe you're giving them a wellness consult afterward and structuring a 30, 60, 90-day health and wellness plan for them that incorporates product and lifestyle. So those are just some of the highlights I've seen where when leaders do well in those areas, their events do well, and not just the events, but their businesses grow afterward.
I love that. And we talked about seeing the end from the beginning. But so, my mind immediately went to the event. So that's a great point to bring up. Like, it's not just the event. You got to think about post-event and everything afterwards. It's the marathon. Right?
It's the marathon. And for me, I'm pretty detail-oriented. So for me, an event is huge, right? You put all your energies into that basket. To think that I have to go and build now stuff after the event is just exhausting to think about. But that's why you have a team. That's why you leverage strengths of your team, and you get people maybe that are high in futuristic or achiever or what have you to really help you scope out the long game, like you're saying, the marathon. So it's not a one and done.
Yeah. Good point. And that's the theme of Leadership Retreat, Stronger Together.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's all connected.
It all ties together.
Okay. So as you were talking, you mentioned, you could do these text blitz and, just different things to really get people in as you're promoting the event. And I immediately thought of like a video message, because that seems to be like one of the top, not top, but a newer way of promoting, a newer way of connecting. Are there any other tips and tricks that you'd like to share that you've seen leaders use when it comes to the event?
For promoting or
Just in general.
in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say make it fun
Okay.
and make it your own.
Okay.
So the beauty of the Reclaim Your Health events is that the event format is already built out for you. We did all the heavy lifting in regard to making sure that you understand the purpose of the event, the resources that are going to be provided, the format of the experiences, and it's fully customizable. So
And we make like the presentation deck.
exactly,
everything.
like we have
Wow.
the resources, and it might look a little different than a presentation deck this year. It might come in the form of briefs or little shortened versions of education.
Yeah.
We know the PowerPoint presentations are great. Some feedback we've gotten is it'd be nice if things were a little bit more condensed. So we might have both this year.
Okay.
And I think the important thing to remember is that a lot of that heavy lifting is done. So make it your own.
Nice.
Customize these events. I want to give a shout out to Haley Bamsberger
Yeah.
in Elko, Nevada. Elko, Nevada. I had a chance to fly out there late last year, and her event was, for lack of a better word, it was magical. Like,
Dude,
it was one of the
I've been to one of her events.
amazing, right? So she goes all out. She, just to give you an idea of what I mean by make it your own, she took the wellness lifestyle tiers. You know how typically it's in tables, right?
Yes.
People are on tables. Well, she turned her space she turned her home into different rooms of the wellness lifestyle. And it was a very immersive room by room. When they went into the kitchen, they learned about nutrition and digestion.
Yes.
When they went into this room, they learned about rest and manage stress. It was immersive. She had incredible leaders running each of those stations. When I left that kitchen after trying all of the samples that she used, so she took the core and built upon it. I walked out there thinking, like, I need all of those recipes.
Yeah.
Even, for me,
Yeah.
from the corporate side of it, I was more converted to doTERRA and the product
Dang.
because of my experiences there. And I was walking out, reaching out to the leaders saying, how can I get that? Where do I learn this? How do I make that? So make it your own.
Make it your own.
Make it fun.
Yeah.
And I think those two things will go a long ways. Thirdly, I would just say leverage your strengths. So put people in positions or find people that are willing to help with certain things that they're passionate about and that they're stronger at, because that'll lead to a more passionate and stronger event.
Makes sense. And yeah, man, I could just see the passion of you talking about that event. I'm like, okay, let's go.
It was exciting to be there, and I want to go back.
Okay.
So, and I think that's what happens when I said earlier, engagement breeds belief and growth. If the engagement is meaningful and people leave with the meaningful experience, the natural outcome is, I want more. And isn't that what building a business is all about?
Yep.
We want people to have an experience that leads them to want more.
Want more and to share with others.
Want more and share more.
Come on.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Another question. Let me check my notes real quick.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would recommend leaders do pre and post event when it comes to enroll, support, or just creating momentum with their customers and teams?
Yeah. I think
That's a lot. That's a big question.
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to a few simple things. I've highlighted some of them already, but
Okay.
just to reemphasize, maybe I would say get clear, get organized,
Okay.
and get going.
Get going.
Get clear, get organized, and get going. You need to know what your focus is for the event, your success. What's success look like, right? Get clear on who your target is. Get clear on what success looks like for you. Create your promotion and marketing plan, ramping up to the event. Get your leaders and team in place to really make sure the front end. Let me put it this way. It does you no good to build out a powerful event if you have no one attending. You gotta market it. You gotta get people there, right?
Yes.
So you have to make sure you're clear and that you give yourself enough runway to get people registered and to have the numbers there to make it worth the investment.
Yeah. No. Okay. And I agree. We won't even go into that.
And sorry, I think you asked the back end of that. I'd say the same thing on the back end. That was more ramping up to the event, but post-event, to have success, it's that same thing of where are you plugging people in after the event. what are you going to do to build off of this incredible experience and not lose all of that work and all of those people because you didn't have a plan in place to keep them going.
Yeah. Good thoughts. Good
Yeah.
thoughts. Jake, man, it's been good to have you on.
Oh,
man.
it's been good to reconnect. It's been a bit. We've both
Right?
been really busy.
I know. My last question for you is, talking about this Reclaim Your Health event. I know we had, 1,800 last year. But I believe we have a lot more leaders than that.
Right.
So why would every single leader watching right now, why would they want to host, or why must they host an event, Reclaim Your Health event in 2024?
Yeah. Well, I think I want to end where I started with this idea of engagement. And nothing happens until we are able to have people connect with product. We are the facilitator of that coming together. Reclaim Your Health events is, in my opinion, one of the great platforms and facilitations of bringing people, product, and education all in the same room and leading
in a unique way,
in a hands-on, immersive, interactive way that lead people wanting more. If the end goal is to lead people wanting more in hopes that they share more, then Reclaim Your Health is a must for everyone. And I strongly believe that people share about what they care about.
Ooh.
And if you think about building belief for people to want more, to share more, after they leave that event, who's not going to want to talk about it? They all had incredible experiences. I left the event, right, wanting to take notes referring to Haley's event, leaving there wanting to actually make those recipes. And I started to tell other leaders, hey, y'all need to pick up on notes that Haley did in her kitchen. That was amazing. You might consider doing this. So the natural consequence of having a meaningful engagement is, I want to share and I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And you typically share first with those you love.
Yeah.
So let's do this together. 2024 is another opportunity for those that had great success with Reclaim Your Health last year to re-engage in it. And it's a new opportunity for those that are new to this Reclaim Your Health to engage with us for good and to make a big impact as we go forward.
Man, Jake, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, likewise.
I was going to end with something, but I love what you shared right there. People share about what they care about.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's do this.
Right there. Anyways, thank you again, Jake.
Of course.
We are grateful for your time, grateful for what you shared, and tune into the podcast, and we will definitely be back with another episode, but I'm sure you'll be on in the future as well.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Okay.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Jake. All right.
Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, check out past episodes by searching Empowered Success on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify. Don't forget to share an episode with someone who needs it. If you want more tools to make it easier to build your business, go to the Empowered Success webpage on doTERRA.com. And as a reminder, results are not typical. Average earnings are less. See doTERRA Opportunity and Earning Disclosure Summary on doTERRA.com.